Hello.
Hi.
So good to see you
It's
in
so
person.
great to be here.
In real life.
I know. We're staying 6 feet apart.
We
so
are.
I'm
We are.
really
Yes.
glad we're being responsible, but it's really great to do a live event in person.
In person, for sure. And we've both been singly vaccinated.
That's right.
But we're still staying safe because normally we just interact on Instagram.
That's
so
right.
It is great to see you.
It's been like 2 years of an Instagram friendship at this point.
I know.
I don't remember what the outside looks like.
It's true. But I do want to say, for your benefit and in your honor, I've put on pants today that don't have an elastic waist.
I think they call those hard pants.
Hard pants. Well, that's what it felt like on the drive over here. I can't get them off my body fast enough, and I am wearing heels, which are already screaming at me. So, big day for us at Caesarstone. Big day for me personally. I'm Liz Margles. I'm Vice President of Marketing for Caesarstone in North America, and I am joined IRL with my good friend Justin Edward, who is an unbelievable designer. I'll do a little blurb about you first.
Oh, I really
We'll
appreciate
get over that. I know you want to spend the whole hour.
But that's okay. I thought this was all about me.
It is. But just to cue you all up, Justin has an incredible background, first of all. I mean, he is a trained horticulturalist. I don't know how many of you actually have one of those in your friend group, but very handy. And really classically trained as an urban designer.
Correct.
So interior design, the way things look. And actually, I think it's really important, having gone through, a renovation in the city, to have that sort of urban design eye about it, how it looks on the streetscape. So you really look at inside out.
Absolutely.
Right? Which is what we're here to talk about today. So that's really great. Justin has also relaunched his design firm.
That's correct.
JED, Justin Edward Design, Inc., available for your pleasure in Canada and the US.
Thank you.
Yes, and you can go on his website.
Yes.
Which is
www.justinedwarddesign.com.
And see his stunning work. And the other thing that we should know about Justin, part of why we have this IG friendship, is we're both urban runners.
That is correct.
In the same ravine system. We both like wearing black, although he is wearing green. I don't know if you could tell.
I wanted to sort of embrace the spring spirit.
Oh,
the weather here in Toronto, it's just starting to get a little bit warmer, so I figured this is a dark green. It is a dark green. It almost reads black.
Yeah, I do black until July.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
And then one day wear color, and then after that,
one day I wear white, and then it's back to black. Pretty much. And also, obviously, a love of design. And Justin, you're also, such a great friend to the brand.
It's my favorite product by far.
Oh, that's so great to hear. You're an early adapter of all new colors. You're always the most excited about new colors that we launch.
Yeah.
I know that we like to pick your brain about new colors and everything. And again, because we're talking about this whole inside out thing, I thought, who better to have a cocktail with and talk about inside out? But I would remiss to say that probably your number 2 talent outside of design is cocktails.
I've been known to make a couple, one or two every so often.
And if you follow Justin on Instagram at
Justin Edward Design,
you might see almost more cocktails than design.
I promise you the cocktails are well designed as well.
They are well designed, and this has all been styled by Justin as well. So it's
I want to make sure we have options, right?
Yeah. And so this is funny, when we were going over the list with our mixologist Andrew, who you see, we were talking behind the scenes, we have to find this, and we were on the phone, and you were like, check, got it all.
Almost nothing was purchased here today.
Yes, nothing at all. You had it all.
It was all ready to go.
All ready to go. So, without further ado, what you're going to see also going on is Andrew is joining us virtually from Vancouver. Hi, Andrew.
Hello, how are you?
We're well. How are you?
Fabulous. It's actually not too bad a day here today. So you're right, it is spring. It is almost summer.
That is very high praise for Vancouver weather. It's
that
not too bad a day there.
Yep.
And so we're going to be talking all things design, inside out, some of our new colors. Andrew's going to be walking us through making a cocktail at the same time. So you'll see some activity in the background. We can start talking a little bit about the colors now while Andrew sort of gets set up, and then he can start, sending out instructions to us. Justin and I will make it in real time. We're hoping we get, I don't know, 2 or 3 done during this whole event.
Let's hope we don't make a big mess of it, though.
But we know we can clean it up because it's Caesarstone.
That's great.
Right?
Won't scratch or stain.
So no problemo. Okay, so I want to talk about the new colors.
Yeah, really excited about these.
Okay, and as a horticulturalist,
yes,
landscape architect, you know more than me that, and especially in this year, everybody's looking for new ways of increasing their living space.
Absolutely.
And going outside, even in northern climates.
Mm-hmm.
And so that we launched these 3 new outdoor colors. So this is Palm Shade.
Oh,
Palm
beautiful.
Shade.
I love the veining that you get in that. Very subtle, very calming.
Yeah, because I think normally when you think of outdoor kitchens, you really think about, you might see like sort of stone, like that rough kind of
very
stuff.
rough. We started, 10, 15 years ago bringing granite outside. It was very harsh. It was very aggressive in color.
Not very sublime.
Yeah. I think this feels very calming and very soothing.
Yeah.
Like I would love to be in a kitchen with this right now.
Okay, great. Good to hear. The other one is Clear Skies.
Now this reminds me of a Caesarstone favorite. We love the raw concrete.
Yeah.
I love the color of this. It's warm, it's deep. It's also got that really nice soft touch to the hand. So, a lot of counters can sometimes feel too shiny, too formal.
Right.
It's almost soothing to touch this and caress it with your hands.
Yeah, I mean, it's honed without being too matte, too flat. Yeah. And then the third one that we have is called that was your glass. Don't want to break that. Midday.
Oh, love this too. Again, so
clean.
Same sort of look, just on the white spectrum. And again, if you really like that sort of very modern Scandinavian design look, this is going to be your best friend.
Right. So these colors we launched last year. It's the first UV rated quartz on the market.
That's amazing.
Which I know that you and other people have been asking for a long time. So what that means to people watching is that it's not going to yellow, it's not going to fade, it's not going to crack, it's not going to scratch. I feel like it's green eggs and ham. It's not going to. But what it will do is stand the test of time.
Yeah.
We tested it in super high temperatures, like over 100 degrees Fahrenheit, in the minus 20s as well, Celsius, because we are a global company.
Yeah.
But for us, who live in Toronto and who really push that barbecue season well past Canadian Thanksgiving, October, for all of you watching south of the border, that we use our outdoor spaces, I think, a lot more than people ever thought we did before, more than we actually did before. And so these stand the test of time through all those temperature variances as well.
I think one of the big points to put out here in Toronto in particular, we have really, really like constant swings in the temperature.
Yeah.
So like, a July day in Toronto can be almost 40 degrees and a January day can be minus 20, minus 30, And even in winter, the thing I've learned in my career, the biggest breakdown of materials comes from the winter, when it hits 2 or 3 degrees during the day and then dives down to minus 15 at night.
Right.
It's enough time for something to melt, get into any fissures or cracks, and then expand and cause the material to break down.
Right. So I guess because this is 100% non-porous, that's one of the reasons why it's not going to happen.
Exactly.
Here. So you really can have confidence in building it. I think the other thing is that, to your point, they are very close to some of our most popular interior colors.
True.
And part of that obviously was by design, because people want to continue their aesthetic outside. They don't want the outside to look completely different from their inside.
I think that the fact that you can now carry that sort of or extend your outdoor space from your interior space, like I can't think of any other brand on the market that you can do that with. And I love that you can have this seamless connection between your interior kitchen, living room, bathrooms to your exterior spaces.
How are you seeing people, designing their outdoor spaces now? What are they doing more of?
I think everyone's really prepared now to invest more in their outdoor spaces. And so, one, because of COVID, obviously, we're all stuck at home, and outside is probably the safest place to have a friend or family member over. So that means, we're really amping up that secondary kitchen, the outdoor kitchen. But the beautiful thing about a material like this is that you can really apply it anywhere. I mean, you can use it as, you could build a bench out of it. You could use it as a serving tray. You can use it it's so versatile, and you put it in, and then you absolutely you can forget about it. No maintenance.
Right. One of the things actually that we should mention also is that it has a much higher fire rating than even our indoor. So you can do outdoor fireplaces, fire pits.
That's really exciting.
So much fun.
Absolutely.
And even we've seen it in pool surrounds. So it really is replacing so much other material that people have traditionally used for their outdoor spaces. Yeah.
And I think it's really exciting too, because really you're getting a raw material here at Caesarstone that you can do anything with.
Yeah.
Like, the possibilities are through the roof.
Yeah.
So whatever you can imagine, this material can
Right,
take
can
it.
do, yeah, which is really good. I'd love to see some of the designs that you're going to use with it. So I don't know, maybe we'll check in with Andrew now, who also is using some of our product to serve on and to showcase. But Andrew, what should be our first step? What do you want us to do, or what do you want people to start getting ready with?
Okay, so today we are going to be making some classic champagne cocktails. The iteration of the champagne cocktail kit that everybody has is actually an American classic. So if you all want to find your kits, grab your kit that you'll have. You'll see on the back, you'll have a bunch of information, but you can start to unpack your kits when you have them.
So I should say, Andrew, sorry, not to interrupt. So for 50 lucky people who were the first registrants, the first 50 registrants to this event, were able to get their hands on a kit.
Oh my goodness.
So yeah, so we just mailed it right out to them. But for everybody else, it really is a fairly simple recipe, and we'll have all the ingredients listed. And as you can see, Andrew's going to take us through how to make it. And whereas I've got my professional support system here, even I think that I could probably master this on my own as well.
We can do it together. It'll be a learning experience for both of us.
All right.
Absolutely. So yeah, just in that regard, then I'll just touch base on those who did get the kit will look something like this. But your key elements that you're going to need for this drink today would be brown sugar cubes. So you folks have got some brown sugar cubes there?
Yes.
Perfect. Then, as a classic cocktail, it's very, very basic. I mean, this cocktail's around mid-1800s, so we're taking a little bit of a journey back in time now. But those who did get the kit, or those who need ingredients to build the kit, you then want your little aromatic bitters. So you guys should have one of those.
What are we doing with the sugar cube?
So when we get started,
I'm very by the book. I have to follow in sequence.
So what we'll do now is we're just going to touch base on all your ingredients.
Inventory.
It's like a get to know your ingredients.
Okay, all right.
I know you're excited, but I see you got a full-size bottle.
We're very thirsty.
Very thirsty.
So you got 6 drinks coming to you anyway with that.
Oh, good.
Oh, we only have 4 glasses.
You'll have to do a quick rinse and repeat in your beautiful kitchen now. So second up, this is a different type of bitters. This is a lavender bitters that comes in the kit, easily available as well. Tell me, where did you guys find your bitters? You're in Toronto, I'm in Vancouver. So
we got them at the Cocktail Emporium.
Perfect. Okay, I believe there's 3 locations, so really easy to locate.
Oh, that smells lovely.
It does
so
smell good.
soothing.
Yeah.
So the floral one would obviously take you in a different direction. Think more like gin-based champagne cocktails. And then the second bitters is a lemon pepper bitters. All of these are from Scrappy's. That's going to give you a more citrus note when we build this drink.
Give us.
Beautiful, right?
Lemon.
Yes.
Yeah.
Exactly like that.
The way I like to describe bitters to my guests, if they ever ask, is imagine it like the salt and pepper to a chef. It can create depth of flavor, but also create, if you have any imbalance, like a little bit too much sweet or sour, will nicely correct that out. So we got our basic ingredients here. Obviously, we're missing the important part. As a classic American, you're really just going to need some bubbles. The drier, the better. What did you have today there?
We've got some cava.
Beautiful, lovely. I'm going with
so
a
excited.
Perfect, awesome. Yeah, and like I said, 6 glasses in that bottle, so you're good for the rest of the day.
We might have to pour a little extra in each of these.
Exactly. Yeah. Well, if you have a bigger champagne glass, you'll be good. You got some beautiful.
This economy.
Towards the end, we'll be using like some fresh citrus. So I have a lemon here, pretty traditional garnish.
Perfect.
Yeah.
And then some little tools you might find in your kitchen to make your life a little bit easier. If you're not too savvy with a knife, then I actually have a potato peeler to hand here. This means you'll get like a perfect garnish every time.
Pre-shredded.
Oh my God. Okay.
Pre-shredded's good. Hey,
I didn't want to risk.
Pre-zested.
Pre-zested. I didn't want to risk, trying to do a nice job of this on camera. So
Well, I'll definitely give it a go on my end for you guys.
Okay. I think you would do a much better job. Let's let him start.
But to get started, actually, you can talk a little bit more about the stain resistance of Caesarstone. Sure. Absolutely, because first stage of this drink is you're going to get yourself a nice little square. I'm at home today, my home studio, home bar, so this is just some kitchen towel. And you
Right.
just both want to grab your glass and just place this just directly over the top of your glass.
Chocolate glass.
Okay, so I'll let you take yours there.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put mine here,
Okay.
and then I think we just throw it. Are we doing it right?
So you have to pop your sugar cube on top of your little.
I'm already nervous.
This is gonna get messy.
Oh, okay. Well, good
So
segue.
Yeah.
So it doesn't really matter what you spill on Caesarstone. And, for today, I know it's just, a little bit of cava, some bubbles and whatnot. But even things like acid,
Yep.
lemon, vinegar, that kind of thing, that can be really abrasive
Absolutely.
to some surfaces, but you don't have to worry about it at all with Caesarstone either. So go crazy with your cocktails. And I guess even, the lavender bitters has a little bit of purple to them, and
Yep.
it won't make a difference how messy I get.
I love to make a good cocktail, and one of my biggest fears has always been, using an aperitivo, which is it will stain just about anything.
Yeah.
Don't wear a white shirt when you're doing that.
Yeah.
But I've dumped it all over my counters, and my Caesarstone counters at home are flawlessly
Okay,
clean. No
great.
issue and
Yeah.
easy to clean.
Yeah, perfect. And we always say it's even, sometimes, okay, we have 4. If we had 6 or a little bit more, and you might, for whatever reason, forget to clean up your countertop
Yes.
and maybe go to sleep first, and then you
Yep.
wake up the next day to see it, still just as easy to clean up.
That's
Still
right.
just as easy. I mean, if it's red wine, if you've left it for the night, it might take a little bit more elbow grease.
Mhm.
Barkeeper's friend, a little bit of Vim, whatever it
Yeah.
may be, but it'll all, that's what we mean by non-porous.
Yeah.
Anything that you see is sitting on the surface, which you can just clean up. Nothing is going to seep into the stone
Exactly.
itself. So there's never any kind of permanent stain.
And I think that's the beauty, and that's the thing to take home, which is, a lot of other materials are durable,
Mhm.
but they have
Yeah.
a certain point where, they'll take on a stain, they'll take on a scratch, and then you're done.
You're
There's
done,
nothing to
yeah.
do with it. This material will always come right back and look as good as it did the day
Mhm.
you installed it.
The other thing is when something is porous, by definition, it means that something is getting into it.
True.
Which means that something is being left behind.
Mhm.
So when we talk about cleanliness and hygiene,
Yeah.
I think that's also something that people really want to take
Yeah.
into consideration.
Yeah.
Okay, so I think we're probably ready for the next step. My sugar cube seems
Yeah,
to be.
it seems balanced,
it's
it
okay.
seems safe.
Yeah, yeah.
Perfect.
No one's afraid of heights here, right?
So now we all know that we're safe. We don't need to worry if you miss the sugar cube. You're going to grab your aromatic bitters.
Okay, which one? Oh, or just
Okay,
aromatic.
Just the
Okay.
plain old aromatic.
Okay.
And this is what I mean. If you miss the glass and the sugar cube, this is quite like if you dab a little bit on the web of your hand, you'll see this is got quite a little color to it. And a lot of people might be worried about that, getting that on your countertop, but not today. So what you want to do is 5 dashes just straight over the top of the sugar cube.
Right, ready for this? Let's see if I can get this right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Beautiful. And
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Amazing.
I think I spilled it almost everywhere.
Yeah, no fear.
Here.
So really what that does now is for us is we're going to let the sugar cube really take on all that flavor from the bitters. As I mentioned before, they're kind of like salt and pepper, but to make bitters, it's just really kind of like a high ABV infused with lots of tinctures. As a cocktail connoisseur yourself there, Justin, what's your favorite drink to go to?
So my all-time
Wait,
favorite.
can you narrow it down?
I mean, I can narrow it down to one.
Okay.
However, if I'm allowed, can you give me a situation? Can you tell me what I'm up to?
Okay.
Is it Friday night? Am I on the beach? I need details.
What you're actually doing is you're attending a beautiful backyard barbecue. What's your drink of choice?
Okay, I want a paper plane, which is a really, really equally balanced cocktail. It involves Aperol, Amarone Nino, lemon juice, and bourbon. It's very boozy, but it is one of the most enjoyable cocktails I ever have. If you follow me on Instagram, you'll likely see a picture of it very soon.
I was going to say Heineken.
I mean, I like a Heineken too. I mean, don't get me wrong. So long as it's got a little bit of alcohol in it, I'm interested.
Okay, well, that's great to know. It's nice to hear that you like your drinks a little bit more solid than maybe some other people. The champagne cocktail is actually an iteration of the old-fashioned, hence bitters and the sugar cube. But now that's done a little bit of soak it up. This is the trick. You got to flip your sugar cube into your glass. Like so.
Ta-da.
Oh, wow, you got that perfectly. Okay, let's see. Okay, oh, yeah, we did this.
Amazing.
Not
Perfect.
Yeah, we don't need these
We
anymore.
don't need this. Whoop, whoop.
So I did mention we're making this more traditional American classic, but if you were more inclined to have different flavors, different alcohols in there, the more classic that you perhaps would see when you're out and about on your travels, and you have to take Liz with you, would be a champagne
Have
cocktail.
to take Liz with you.
Where have you been?
Yeah.
Where are you going? What's the secret?
So we have cognac today. This will be a more bar appropriate as what you would expect in the modern era. So Hennessy, this is a VSOP, so that would stand for Very Superior Old Pale. Standard bar measure would be about 1 ounce. If you guys don't have it, no worries. You just taking the classic journey here. I'm going to add some just for a little bit of difference. Oh, and I got a little bit of spill on my Caesarstone here. No problem.
We're skipping the cognac on this side.
I
Yeah.
know. We've got
yeah,
to
we're
be
lightweight.
standing by
Yeah.
the end of this, you know.
Yeah.
Well, when I did add the liquor to this, straight away, just the pressure of the pour alone, it hits the sugar cube and it'll start to break it up a little bit. What's interesting about this cocktail, though, is lots of people perceive the sugar to add sweetness, but it's actually there to maintain the bubble within your drink when you drink in your drink. So
Chemistry lesson.
It is a chemistry lesson. Now, here's another question for you. If our viewers at home don't have cognac, is there anything else they might be able to substitute it with?
Yeah, if you're really a fan of like more orangey notes as well, I'm always a fan of a little bit of Grand Marnier.
Yeah.
Grand Marnier. If you like a little bit of orange in a different profile, definitely try Cointreau. Cointreau's a good one to have in your back bar for all those margaritas I'm sure you make.
How did you know? I've been in my house.
So yeah, next stage would be to grab your bubbles. So I have Henkel today.
Okay. I think we this is going to be a dramatic moment.
I've gotten quite good at this because I think I have a bottle.
I think there's different technique though.
Oh,
Do you
really?
know the stages?
Hmm?
Do you know the stages of opening champagne?
See?
I mean, I don't know them formally, but I'd like to learn.
Well, so a little trick
He
would
knows
be,
them by osmosis.
I know them by waking up in the morning, but
so you'd have your thumb over the top of the cage. You slightly undo the cage, but the trick is to hold the bottle. You twist the bottle, not the cork. And
okay.
then
So when the cage is off or when the cage is on?
I typically leave the cage on, but I've been doing this for 15 years. Once you've got the cage off,
Okay, wait a minute. He just took that as a challenge.
Let's see what I can do here. Let's see what I can do
I'm
here.
just gonna.
Yeah, I feel like
I'm
for
just gonna,
safety
like, go out
reasons,
of the,
everyone
the
should.
frame.
Okay, so I'm gonna hold the bottle like this. Yes.
So, thumb over the cork.
Don't open the cork.
No, thumb over the top, like so.
Thumb over the top. Okay.
And then I should demonstrate this, like so. And then you turn, but you turn the bottle, not the cork, and it should come loose within 6 turns or less.
I think my hands are too moisturized for this endeavor right now. I was too focused on my youth this morning.
The ball.
I'll tell you what. I'm gonna let
do
you.
it your way.
I'm gonna let you do it your way,
Yeah.
and I'm gonna show the viewers at home how I do it my way.
Are you gonna
It's
go
nice
for
and easy? It's low stress, and nobody gets hurt. So I take the cage off.
Although if the cork did hit the countertop again, shameless
Yeah.
plug, would not do anything.
Would do nothing.
Yeah.
Absolutely
Okay.
nothing. Now, the other thing to keep in mind is whenever the cage comes off the bottle of any sort of sparkling, there is a chance that that cork is now ready to burst off. So
right.
if you leave it idle, not a good idea. Because I've over moisturized my hands, I'm gonna use the cotton napkin here just to give me a little grip. I give it a little twist with a firm touch and pop.
There we go.
I could have done the other way because mine are scaly.
That was beautiful. That was somewhere in the middle of no noise and celebrating the F1. Beautiful, beautiful.
Excellent. A+, Justin.
I think I did an okay job, right?
Yeah, that was great.
Okay, so we have our elements in there. When you go to top your drink up here, what you really want to do is slow and steady, and less is more, because you're going to get some foaming from the sugar cube and the bitters in there. So I like to try and do this without touching the glass, but you just want to go for it.
Try
Okay.
this,
Okay. Have you been doing your arm curls?
Sure.
Okay.
How much am I putting in?
So just a little, maybe about an inch to start. We just want to make sure that it doesn't foam over. We don't want to waste anything. I can see yours coming up the glass nice and steady there. Beautiful.
I think you did that perfectly.
Thank you.
I think you have a career in bartending.
You think?
I think
Everybody
so.
needs a side hustle.
Everyone
Everybody
needs a side hustle.
Yeah.
And then you guys can continue to top up.
Oh, we can keep on going. Okay.
Okay.
Well, let's do yours
Okay,
first. Let's
okay.
see what it looks like.
First of all, I already love the color.
Oh, look at that.
That's so pretty.
You should be getting some beautiful nose off that.
Oh.
Perfect.
Slow and steady wins the race.
I've heard that.
Yeah, I don't know.
Never tried it, but
Yeah, exactly. Okay, you start.
Okay.
And then I'll continue on with mine.
Let's see. I like to
You like to tilt.
tilt. I was told that's what you're supposed to do, but I could be wrong.
But I was told that reduces the foam.
Yeah, well,
Right,
and that's
yeah.
usually my goal to
Right,
reduce the foam.
right.
I think they typically recommend a 45-degree angle if you're into math.
Oh, 45-degree angle. Okay, I know a little bit of math.
He is a horticulturalist. He
Well,
knows
that wasn't the math one.
All these beautiful
Like,
straight lines.
I feel like I'm off camera here, guys. I'm sorry.
No, you're good. Here, I'll
So,
move mine in.
please,
Guys,
which
move
Caesarstone fits
It's
in the
still
background?
distanced.
That's right. We gotta be.
We gotta keep our distance. Okay.
I think you need a little top up there.
I do.
I love this color.
Yeah.
Like,
Which one we have in the background here, though, guys?
it's summer afternoon,
Yeah.
and you've got this beautiful gray counter below it. Look at that color scheme. You've got this
Yeah,
sort of like
on clear
coral
skies.
color on clear skies. I think that's a beautiful scheme.
Gorgeous.
Let's see if we can lower this down.
Are we going that high?
Yeah, that looks beautiful. I guess standard champagne etiquette would be 2 fingers from the top of your glass.
Oh, I think your fingers are thinner than that.
Child size hands.
Yep,
so I
and
think
that's
we can go
that's
higher.
the measuring
Yeah.
metric that we are using today.
That's right. We're using metric fingers.
Metric fingers, not imperial.
I love that we have one of each here. We have heavy-handed Justin and then by the book Liz. Perfect.
See, that could be our TV show.
That could be our TV show. That's right.
So now we pretty much complete with our drink. It's just missing a little bit of other bitters, which is now an option. Did you want to go more floral
Yeah.
route
Yeah, for sure.
Which one would you like?
or the lemon pepper citrus route? It's completely up to you.
Oh, it's up to us. Why don't I'll do lemon, you do lavender,
Oh, I love that.
or the
Okay.
other way around, whichever one you want.
Well, I'm actually really excited to try the lavender.
Okay, so I'll do lemon.
I'll let you do lemon.
How many drops?
So about 3 to 5 dashes just on the top of your drink there. These vials from Scrappy's work much the same. Now, a lot of people, I would like to say it's 50-50. Some people use flutes, which will concentrate the bubbles in your glass towards your nose. Some people use coupettes. I like a coupette. It's a little bit extra bougie, but your typical standard.
I like a coupe.
I like a coupe
coupe too, and I like that it's bougie.
I like anything bougie.
I also associate a coupe with my parents' era.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So here's the thing. I think there's 2 types of entertaining that you might do. So
Yeah.
if you have in the future post-COVID a lot of people over and you're serving this drink,
Yeah.
I find a coupe is a little harder to manage if you're sort of walking around and
Oh,
socializing with people.
Yeah.
A flute's a little bit more manageable, but if you're having a more intimate night or you're serving something, say at your island bar or you're serving it with the dinner table,
Right.
I think the coupe is definitely the nicer.
Okay. I've never
Piece
thought
of
that
stammer.
much about it, but now
Clearly,
I will.
I'm
Yes,
overthinking
now I
stammer.
will. Yeah.
Touch based on that as well. With a coupe, typically coupes, you can drink Lambrusco in them, which is obviously a very heavily colored drink. But obviously, yet again, if you have any accidents after maybe 1 too many, you should be good with these Caesarstone tops, right?
Yes.
Perfect. Okay, so now we'll be moving on to a garnish. I've gone with a classic lemon. I remember you saying you have yours pre-cut. So let's see what you've got. Let's see what your skills are like.
They're a little small.
They're anemic.
They're anemic. They've had a rough year too. It's not just us.
Well, if you're making this at home and you have a potato peeler, really what we're looking for is something like this. This
Well,
is
that's much more robust.
Oh, yeah, that's much
Justin.
more-
That's like half a lemon.
That one's been vaccinated. That one's
Yeah.
living its best life.
it's healthy. So we call this a swap. When you see the little spirally ones in drinks, they're called Chanels. It's just a different type of zester.
We love Chanel.
We know,
I
yeah,
think
in
we're,
any form.
I think we're Chanel. We're
Yeah.
definitely Chanel forward.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Next.
Well,
Next.
As these are scratch resistant, I'm just going to go ahead and no worries, tidy this little zest up here, make it look a little bit more presentable. Some people like it rustic. That's always up to you. The beauty of cocktails, being creative.
I have to say, one of the things I love about my Caesarstone counters at home is that, you know, if you're in a rush, sort of, you need to zest something really quick or chop something really quick, you don't have to worry about like pulling out a cutting board, messing a cutting board.
Yeah, I mean, you still have to be careful. I think
sure.
like you're not going to take like a serrated knife and go back and forth, back and forth. For a small job, it should be fine.
Just a quick job.
Yeah.
Perfect. Well, now we have a little swath. If I remember rightly from school, I think this is a rhombus.
It does look like a rhombus.
And then what you want to do is you just want to hold your zest a little bit between your fingers, like so.
Okay. This like
this one. Press the oils over the top.
So we're gonna just sort of bend it inwards like that.
Yeah.
So that and then we're gonna just sort of give it a little
lemon oil.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is that what you're trying to do? Get like sort of like the oil from the lemon peel in it?
Exactly. And you should be, as soon as you give that a little squeeze, you should be able to smell all those beautiful citrus notes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then do we pop it in or discard?
And we can just throw it in.
Oh.
It's a little bit of personal preference. Some people like garnishes on the side. I don't mind mine being in my drink. It's each to their own.
I find garnishes on the side. I know this sounds so ridiculous, but I was once at a party.
Okay.
I haven't even had a drink yet. I was once at a party and they had really beautiful cocktails with garnishes on the side. And there was a very, very refined woman who was walking around all evening with the garnish on her cheek.
Oh no!
I
think that's literally my worst.
I know. And no one, I didn't know her. Otherwise, I mean, I should have anyway, but no one said anything to her. And I think it's sort of like the cocktail party analogy to walking around with like, you know, paper on your foot. Someone should have said, a good friend would have said something.
Yeah.
So, but
maybe she had no good friends at that party.
Maybe. But ever since then, the garnish goes in for me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. But well, here's the follow-up question: is if you take a sip of this and then the garnish ends up on your face? I mean, you're back in the same issue.
But I think I would feel it that way.
I think she thought that too.
I'd be very surprised if I didn't know I had a swath of lemon that size stuck to my face.
Maybe you know what? Maybe it was a look.
Maybe it was a statement.
Maybe it was deliberate. Yeah.
Well, that would conclude our creation of a classic drink here. Obviously, mine's got Hennessy in. I obviously implore you to try different creations. The kits.
I don't think it concludes it until we taste it.
Well, I mean, we should find out if it tastes good first, right?
I didn't get back to that part. I was going to say, but now would be the time we cheers.
Oh, okay.
So cheers to Caesarstone.
Cheers to Caesarstone. Cheers to everybody who's with us today. Cheers to better times.
Absolutely.
Clear skies on a midday under a palm shade.
I love that. That is a dream we can all aspire to.
Yes.
Cheers.
Cheers. And thank you so much.
It's
Justin.
my pleasure to be here. Thank you for having me.
And we'll do more IRLs.
More
IRLs.
Sure.
More.
Okay, guys. What's the taste test?
Oh.
That's lovely.
Really good.
Yeah, very soothing.
Do you taste the lavender in yours?
I do. It's very, very subtle. I really enjoy that. I think we're going to have to make a second one and switch.
I almost ate the garnish.
I think we call that karma.
Yeah.
Where we just do, I was once at a party and tell stories that have happened and see if they happen tonight. Maybe it's a premonition.
Absolutely.
That's so, you know what, the bitters, I think people, you know what's interesting? I think people, you know, are afraid of things like that.
Yeah.
Right? It's an ingredient that unless you're Justin, you don't have necessarily in your home bar.
Yeah.
And so I think the surprise of how much, you know, how little you need and how much it adds to a drink. And it really was, I mean, I'll call myself a fool. It was foolproof.
Yeah,
it
was so easy.
If I could get it onto the sugar cube and then in and everything, I mean, I can master this now. So
and you did it with such grace.
Thank you. But this has been so much fun.
Yeah.
And so fantastic. Andrew, thank you for your time and for your expertise. We again wish everybody the best. To those who got the cocktail kit, go at it, have fun. To those who didn't, I think that, you know, it was really straightforward. So also we want you to go at it, have fun. Please take pictures.
Absolutely.
Please post on social.
We want to see what you made tonight.
Yeah, at Caesarstone, at Justin Edward
Design. Yeah.
And we wish you all the best. Thank you so much for joining us and have a great summer inside and outside.
Be safe, guys.
Take care.